Okay, with your permission, I will start the presentation. Yesterday I was in a conference and I heard a quote which it struck me and I did not hear before. And it was a Chinese proverb saying that if you want prosperity for 1 year, you must grow seeds. If you want prosperity for 1 year, for 10 years, you must grow trees. But if you want prosperity for 100 years, you must grow people. And I think this is right what we are doing. This is about growing people, making people bigger to reach their fullest potential. And through competencies, I think we are trying to achieve or to reach this target. I like to start presentations with a rose. You know that the rose is the sign of love. And this is just to show my love to you and the love I have put into the presentation, because love is not only looking at each other's eyes, but also looking on the same direction. And I think we, all of us want that all the people assisting higher education gains competencies and skills. One of the questions we first ask is what employers are looking for, right? So this would be a typical employer, you see, an angry man, a bit old, bald like me, with jacket, with tie, serious, and we look at his eyes and we ask, what are they looking for? What are they looking for into the graduates? What do they expect, right? And we found that is what they expect. They expect a mini me, something like them, but small. This is a joke, right? But when we ask employers, they say, well, we want people motivated, who knows how to play with teams, responsible, flexible, with drive, with motivation. All of that you know already, right? And sometimes we think that the students don't have these competencies, but maybe some of those competencies are hidden in themselves. I'll show you an example of how, for example, teamwork can be played or can be put into action.
Mr. Goodman. What makes you think you're qualified for this job?
Oh! Oh! Don't punch me! Please! Don't me out! Here it is, huh? Get it?
Right? Okay. So in summary, what traditionally the universities have given is knowledge and knowing things, right? But companies and organizations need something else. They need skills. They need knowing how to do things, how to implement things, how to make things work. But also they need aptitudes. They need the willingness to do, because even you know very much and you know how to do things, but if you don't want to do things, you don't do anything, right? So they want people with drive, with motivation. And finally, they want also management skills, things that people that is able to do things through other people. And in the end, all of that is embedded into values. In the end, they want people who share the values of the companies. This is a joke also, applying a joke in IKEA. They want people to do things, not only to be very, very bright or to do very good marks in the exams. Formal education, in our opinion, is not enough to acquire the skills and competencies to succeed personally, but also in professionally. And how do we tell our students how to acquire those competencies, those skills? Well, the best thing we find them is to get them into trouble, because when you get into trouble, it's the only way that you try to reach further than you are, and you try to develop what you are. Many people looking at these pictures, what do you see in the picture? A shark?
Danger.
Right. Still
Challenge.
a blind man. Right. Some people see a dolphin.
Okay.
What is in fact true is that what we see in a situation, whatever we see in a situation, it conditions how we respond. If we see something which is very threatening, something that is going to kill ourselves or to be in danger our integrity, then we become with fear and we become paralyzed. We close our arms and our legs, and we just try to protect ourselves. And it's just a way of trying to get a mindset change, to try to look at the situations in a stimulating way, right? In a way of a challenge rather than in a threatening way. Sorry. Here it says that it takes all the running that you can do to keep in the same place. If you want to get somewhere else, you must run at least twice as fast as that. This is from the wonderful Alice in the Wonderful in the Wonderland, right? So in the professional life is almost the same. You can be very good, but there are also other people who is there. We put this slide to the students. You see here there is a small gazelle, and it says every morning when the gazelle wakes up, it knows that it has to run faster than the lion, otherwise it will die. And when the lion wakes up, it knows that it must run faster than the gazelle, otherwise it will die of starvation. It does not matter that you are lion or gazelle, when the sun rises, you better start running. We don't put that to stress the students, but rather to tell them that the situation is competitive. But thank you. And we also like to tell them that maybe this is a change of paradigm. In this paradigm, either the lion dies or the gazelle dies. But we can, with creativity, create a new paradigm and make a different outcome from this situation, right? And this is what I wanted to show you. If I hope our graduates are able to think creatively to take out us of the economic crisis, right? Okay, so how can we help university students to develop those skills? Well, through stimulus and space, through giving stimulus, through shaking them, and through giving some space. The other day, some people from a company told us a personal anecdote, which was that his father was a farmer and grew very big pumpkins. And when his father died, he tried to replicate and to plant pumpkins, but his pumpkins were very small, and he didn't know why that happened. He researched it, and he found out that if you want big pumpkins, you need to give a big space on the roots. You need to give space so that the plant grows very easily, right? So in that way, we try to give room and space for the students to develop the skills. We have, as a first step, written several books on studying competencies and trying to give it to the students. These are several from case studies to one-to-one competence and trying to tell them how to acquire them. We also have like a title with different name of the competencies to develop. We also have participated with University of Valladolid to develop a framework and materials for the online course on competencies. And now we are participating in a project which is focused to deployment competencies on the creative sector, on people working in the creative sector. Online skills are not used, right? Every day we see that even our children are playing games all the day. They are developing other skills that we maybe are not aware of. And also online help can be useful, right? Also, we try to shake them in the sense that to move to entrepreneurship, because when you are an entrepreneur or something that you are passionate, you develop skills through your way to creating your company. We have a program of mentoring and also this pecha kucha thing to teach students how to present their ideas. Also, we are also teaching them how to use social networks, but not social networks for social purposes, but for professional purposes. How to take advantages of the networks to open themselves on the labor market. Other tools that we are using are projects, student representatives, exchanges, employment fairs, networking, and the one tool that we think is best for the developing skills is internships, going to companies to solve problems. And what lessons have we learned from all this time talking about skills? Well, the first thing is to be close. Try to be close to the students, to be where they are. Several years ago, I had a child, my older child was 15 years old, and I saw that he wanted to spend most of his day playing computers, playing games. So I thought, well, if he's playing games, he's 15 years old, in 5-6 years time he will be at university and he will be doing the same. And sometimes we wonder why our communication plans or our leaflets don't arrive to the students. So we thought, well, why don't we get to the games, and through the games we get to the students? And in this way we got into a tool, I don't know if you know, because now it's outdated, it was called Second Life. Second Life was an environment which is more kind of game, and we thought we might be getting through this game in touch to the students, right? But what happened with that? That Second Life asked for so many technical requirements from the computer, and also knowledge on how to manage inside, that students didn't get into that platform. And from that we learned that when we found Facebook or LinkedIn, Facebook was very popular, and in Spain there is another social network called 20, which is very popular among teenagers. And so instead of asking them to come to us, we try to be close to them, right? Making things attractive, not only saying that competencies are good, but trying to link that to the curricula and giving credits, right? So that they feel their purposes. Also making things nice and with beauty, with inner beauty, and also trying to make things fun. If you don't make something fun, then you get bored and you abandon. This is also a clip on, on how people, especially Japanese, are very, very clever on making things fun to clean the house.
ダメなお母さんにならないでね。ベビーモップ新発売。
That way you can make fun and you are productive, right? Well, but learning something new, it seems that it has some steps, right? It seems that with the students, the first step or the first place they are in is that they are unconsciously incompetent, right? They don't know that they don't know the competencies, right? We were talking in the lunch that sometimes we ask them at the beginning of a course of a competence, we ask them to rate themselves how much they have of this competence, and they say a number, say for example 6, right? 6 out of 10. And at the end of the course, we ask them how much do they have of this competence, the same question, and maybe they rate 4. See, so you don't have learned anything. Say, yes, I have learned, but I have realized that I didn't know so much, right? So the first thing is to raise competence, to raise awareness, to raise consciousness. Right? The second thing is when you start to learn something, you become consciously. When you know, you become consciously incompetent. You know that you don't know. Before you didn't know what you didn't know, but now you know that you don't know. It's like when you learn or want to learn to drive. And then the third step is consciously competent. You start to develop a competence, or you start, for example, when you learn to drive, you start to drive, but you are very conscious that you are with the wheel and you are with the gear and you are looking at everywhere. You are consciously, but you have all attention. And when you rehearse that a bit, you become a master, and then you are unconsciously competent. You know how to do these things, but you are not conscious that you are doing it, right? And the cycle goes down, and when environment changes, you become again unconsciously incompetent, right? Right. And the question is, now that you know what is in that, what do you choose, the red or the or the blue teal, right? And finally, I think the most important thing is try to teach competence through example. We cannot try to teach, I don't know, for example, how to give a interesting presentation if it's very boring. So you have to try to set yourself as an example, right? And I love this quote of Confucius: "Tell me and I will forget, show me and I may remember, involve me and I will understand." And I think I will add, let me do it and I will know how to do it, right? There is a place where you need to leave people on the area with the bull to see if with the shark see if he knows how to swim. And finally, I think this is we told that to the students, that you will be able to do many more things if you think that less are impossible. I don't know if you know a man called Nick Vujicic. Nick Vujicic is a guy who doesn't have limbs, and he says that no limbs, no worries. So for us, maybe it could be a drama, right? But when you have a purpose in life, this is an advantage, because this allows you to become bigger and to grow yourself, right? In the end, I think in life we don't have to set or to reach a standard or to reach a level. What we have to try to do is to be the best version of ourselves, right? With the givens we have, try to develop that at the maximum. And with this, I will finish.
Thank you very much. Nice to see you. My name is Nick Vujicic, and it's a pleasure to be with you. So I have no limbs, but I have a little chicken drumstick. And so it's like, do I have that? That would be really cool if I could get this and get some techno going, like, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go, you like that? Beautiful. But honestly, along the way, you might fall down like this. Ready? So what do you do when you fall down? Get back up. Everybody knows to get back up, because if I start walking, I'm not going to get anywhere. But I tell you, there are some times in life where you fall down and you feel like you don't have the strength to get back up. Do you think you have hope? Because I tell you, I'm down here, face down, and I have no arms, no legs. It should be impossible for me to get back up, but it's not. You see, I will try 100 times to get up, and if I fail 100 times, if I fail and I give up, do you think that I'm ever going to get up? No. But if I fail, I try again, and again, and again. But I just want you to know that it's not the end. It matters how you're going to finish. Are you going to finish strong? And you will find that strength to get back up like this.
I think Nick is an example to all of us, and yes, we can. Thank you.
Before we all start crying, if you have any questions already for Domingo?
Maybe you could explain how you incorporate this in like on a voluntary level, like how do you make them think and change and develop?
We try to bring awareness, but
Do posters or like
through
classes or?
we go and we visit all the classes in the university at the beginning, and we try to tell, but in the end, if you don't experience something, it's difficult. We're talking in the lunch also that this thing of unknown incompetence. They don't know that they are not competent, but they don't know what life and work is going to bring them. And when they have when they are in the job market, they come back to ask us this thing. I remember a guy who we asked them to take a course on how to acquire skills, and he said that he wouldn't like to take the course, and even if we penalize him. In 2 weeks' time, he received he was asked to make an interview, and he did an interview, and he realized how bad he did in the interview, and he asked, please include me in the program, I want to become there. I don't have the solutions for this, but I know that unless they perceive they need that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And is it supported by all the professors at the school? Like, is it part of the identity of the school, or is it just a small group?
We work in our unit, which is the career office. We tried. University has 15 years old, and we are since the beginning, and we are consistently working all the time on that direction. But of course, you have academics that believe on that and academics that don't. Sometimes happens that an academic is very reluctant to participate or to encourage students, and then after some years they receive the graduates that they have been graduated, and they tell them how important are skills. So he becomes converted. It's a very slow process.
I'm sorry, who is giving these courses? Like the same professors that they give
No.
mathematics, or?
No. Professionals, yeah. If you spend 20 years with somebody which is, I don't know if you have here a public servant, you become a public servant. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Can you tell me something about the results? So, for example, the difference between the point of development when a student comes in and once the program is ended?
Can't tell you very much. They are very happy. Yeah, and they later on they write letters and say that this has been very important for their career. I mean, if a student comes ask me, should I take an internship or should I take a program or should I take a course on that? I say, how much do you expect to live? If you expect your expectancy of life is 3 months, you shouldn't take this course. You should quit university and enjoy your life. If your life expectancy is 1 year, maybe it is also not worth. If you expect to live 5, 10, the more you live, the more productive this is, because it's a multiplier, right? So the more they become aware of that, and the more they become when you send a plane from, I don't know, from Dublin to New York, 1% difference at the beginning of the direction, it makes a lot of difference at the end, right? So this is a metaphor to this. At the beginning, if you make a little change and you know the right people, you do the right things, you arrive at a different destination.
Can you tell me how their behavior changes?
The behavior? If I would have to say a word, I would say they will become more conscious. They understand the employer. They understand. It's like when you are a student all your life, and one day you become a teacher, and you have to put an exam. Then you understand how to pass exam, and you understand everything. It's more or less the same. When they report us, it's like a change of mindset, but it's an awareness thing, and only can be gained through experience or through illumination. I don't know.